Charles here. We are going to talk about the vertex form of the quadratic function. Okay. All right, here, this kind of goes along with your worksheet. All right. I just wanted to show you guys a way that even if you can't print your worksheets out, you can still do it on notebook paper. It's pretty easy to make your own graphs and do that kind of stuff using the notebook paper. So anyways, we always remember standard form f of x equals ax squared plus bx plus c. Well, vertex form, okay, is in the form f of x equals a times x minus h squared plus k. All right, so as we're looking, okay, a is the same. All right, no matter which of these forms you're putting it in, standard form, vertex form, intercept form, all right, A is going to be A. All right, that does not change. All right, H and K are the vertex. So for any quadratic, the vertex is at the point H, comma K, right, where H is the X value, right, and K is the Y value of the vertex. All right. Now, several different ways you can go about putting a standard form quadratic equation into vertex form. All right. One of the ways is doing algebraically. You can find the vertex, okay, by using the formula negative b over 2a. All right. The x value of the vertex, all right, and I'll denote that by saying x sub v, all right, the x value of the vertex, all right, is negative b over 2 times a. And of course, b is coming from here, right, and a is coming from here. Okay, so we can find the x value of the vertex by doing negative b over 2a. We can then find the y value of the vertex, right, the y value sub v, okay, by plugging negative b over 2a into the function. I'm going to write it like this, okay, don't freak out. It's not as crazy as it looks. But we plug the x value of the vertex into the function to get the y value of the vertex. Hopefully, it will all become clear as I do this first demonstration. All right, so like we've gotten accustomed to, we'll go ahead and write in our A, our B, our C, right? All right, so A in this equation, right, is 1. Okay, B is negative 6, and C is 8. All right, so putting it into our formula, okay, our x sub v equals negative b, okay, so that's negative 6, over 2 times a, which is 1. All right, and of course, that equals negative 6 over 2. Negative 6 over 2 is negative 3, so that's negative 3. Okay, so the x value of our vertex is 3. All right. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to take the x value of my vertex, all right, and I'm going to plug it into the original function to find the y value. So f of 3, right? So that's where I get my negative b over 2a, f of 3, okay, equals 3 squared. So I plug it in for every x, minus 6 times 3 plus 8. All right, so 3 squared is 9. 6 times 3 is 18. And 8 stays 8. All right, 9 minus 18 is negative 9. Plus 8 leaves me negative 1. All right, so that tells me that my vertex, okay, this is the y value of my vertex, the x value of my vertex is going to be at 3, negative 1. All right. Yeah, I know that's a lot, a little bit much, but that is one algebraic way to do it. So I'm going to go over here. I'm going to plot my vertex. Okay, and then I can go ahead and plug in points to graph the rest of this. All right, but first let's put this equation into vertex form. So this is H and this is K. Anyways, this is H, this is K, right? The X value of the vertex, the Y value of the vertex. So now I'm going to go back to my vertex form, which is f of x equals A times x minus h squared plus k. All right, so again, h is 3, k is -1. All right, I'm going to plug that in here. So I've got f of x equals a is 1. So 1 stays out here. I'm going to go ahead and put it, even though you don't need to. I've got x minus, okay, so remember, whatever sign this is, we flip it when we put it into the equation. X minus 3 squared, and then I have plus k, so plus -1 or minus 1. All right, there's my equation. All right, f of x equals a, x minus h squared minus 1. Okay, now if I go to, I'm going to pull up Desmos right here, and I'm going to plug that in. Okay, just to show you guys I did it right. So I've got parentheses x minus 3 squared minus 1. Boom. Right, so here we can see the vertex is at 3, -1, right? And then we've got other points. So now I can go back and I can plot these points on the graph. Okay, so I've got 2, and 4, as my x-intercepts. I'm going to go ahead and plot those right now. 4, and then maybe a couple more points. Let's see where it crosses again. Here at 1, 3, right? That's at 1, 3, it is. Okay, and then right across from it. Okay, so I'm going to show you that on the graph. Okay, because remember that parabolas are symmetric. So if I have a point at 1, 3, I will also have a point 1 away from this and 3 up. Okay, because remember, axis of symmetry, parabolas are symmetric, and then I can draw out my graph, just follow the curve. We never expect you guys to have perfect looking graphs, okay? Just plot a few points, okay? Draw the curve, make it look as good as you can. All right, and now we keep going. Okay, number 2. All right, so I showed you guys kind of the algebraic way to put everything, to find the vertex and put that into vertex form. Now I'm going to do the super easy way for you. All right. So again, I've got, right, I want to put this in the form f of x, okay, equals a x minus h squared plus k, where h and k are the x and y values of the vertex. So really, I only need to know 2 things to put this into vertex form. 1, what is A, right? Okay, and as we can see here, when I write it out, right, I've got A equals -1, B equals 4, C equals -1. All right, so I have my A. The only other thing I need to write this into vertex form is the vertex. Right. So I'm going to take this equation. Of course, remember, you got to change all these x's when you put it into Desmos. I'm going to go put that into Desmos right now. Yeah. All right. So I've got negative x squared plus 4x minus 1. Boom. All right. So now let's find our vertex. Vertex is at 2, 3. Okay, so I'm going to write that down on the sheet of paper. My vertex is at 2, 3. Okay. I'm going to pick up a couple other points while I'm here, so I can go ahead and graph this. Okay, I'm at 2, 3. My x-intercepts are 0.2680. Okay, let's go with my y-intercept. Okay, 0, -1. 0, -1. And so remember, my other one is going to be exactly the same distance away from the axis of symmetry at 4, 4-1. That is 4-1. So my points and back to the graph. All right, so here I've plotted my points. I'm going to go ahead and draw my curve out. Best I can, not being an artist. Okay, that's why I teach math. Anyways, so now I have my vertex. This is my H. This is my K. All right, and I'm going to plug it in. All right, so my vertex form of f of x equals a, which is -1. Okay, or I can just put a negative. Right, then I've got x. X is always x. All right, minus h, so minus +2 squared. Don't forget that squared. And plus k, k is 3. So, all right, using the mistrend box and the Mr. Boom, go boom, boom, boom. There you go. All right. So that is the easy way. All you need is the A and the vertex. All right, simple, easy to go. So from the page, I know we want to do one more. I'm going to do this one for you super quick. All right, where I tell you A is -1. Okay, my vertex is at. Okay, this is how quickly you can do this, right? Just throw it in. Okay, I've got negative x squared minus 4x minus 4. Boom. Find that vertex. -2, 0. Now you have your h and k. Let's go back and plug it in. So I have f of x equals negative, right? That's a, x minus -2 plus 2 squared and plus k, which is 0. There is my equation. All right. So that's how quickly you can change a standard equation into a vertex form equation. All right, so a little more advanced, okay, going all the way to the end. Okay, a little tricky problem for you. All right, we've got an arch. We need to fit, the arch is in the form of a parabola. All right, we need to find the equation of that parabola. Okay, so again, yeah, what we're going to have to do with this one, okay, is not only find the vertex, but we also have to find A. Right? What is A? So to do that, we're gonna have to do a little math. This tells me that my origin is at the bottom left corner of the arch. Okay, so right here, that point, what we're saying is that point is 0, 0. Okay, right there. Right, that's my origin. Okay, now we know that the vertex, the y value of the vertex is 8, right? If I went up here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, right? So this would be where 8 is. All right, so if this is 8 and this is 6 right here, all the way across, remember the axis of symmetry, okay, goes straight through the middle of the parabola. So going straight through the middle of the parabola, and I've got from here to here is 6, that means from here to here would be 3, right? And from here to here would also be 3, meaning that this point, okay, this point is at 3, 0. All right, giving me, okay, my vertex at 3, 8. All right, so now I've got my H and my K. All right, what I need to do is find A. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and put this into vertex form. All right, I've got f of x equals A because I don't know A yet. Then I have x minus 3 squared, all right, plus 8. Now, to find A, what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to substitute for x and y. Okay, and to do that, I can choose any point I want on this parabola. All right. Now, usually I try to find the easiest point to work with, which in this case is going to be 0, 0. All right. Let's say 3, 0 might be easier in this case, but I'm going to use 0, 0. Okay. So using 0, 0, I'm going to substitute 0 for y. All right. We don't know our a. I'm going to substitute 0 for x. And now I am going to solve for a. All right. So I've got 0 equals a times, well, 0 minus 3 squared is negative 3 squared, which is 9. All right. And then plus 8. Right. Rewriting that, I've got 0 equals 9a plus 8. And now it's two-step equation time, right? Subtract 8. So negative 8 equals 9a. Right. And then we divide by 9, leaving us with a equals negative 8 over 9. All right, sorry about the use of paper there. But rewriting this, okay, in all of its vertex form glory, I've got f of x equals a, which is negative 8 over 9 times x minus 3 squared plus 8, yep, and boxed. Okay, that's probably why Ms. Tran tells you guys to box these, because she's got students like me who show their work in crazy fashion. Anyways, I'm just gonna go and check this on the Desmos just to make sure I did everything right. Fingers crossed. So I've got negative 8 over 9 x minus 3 squared and plus 8. All right, and you see we got 0, 0 and a 6, 0. Let's move up. My vertex is at 3, 8. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. All right. So there you go. There's as much vertex form as you could possibly want right now. So good luck with this. If you have questions, make sure to ask your teacher or email any one of us. We're always here to help. Have a great day, guys.